Hi shapeshifters, Jaymes Mansfield here bringing you yet another video. In today's video, we're gonna make a gown. I'm gonna show you a simple technique on how to create a very beautiful, elegant evening gown using the simplest patterns and things you can find around the house. Alright, for sewing our dress, we're gonna have it set to a zigzag stitch. And our thread tension is gonna be at a 3 or a 4. Let me list off some of the things you're gonna need for this project. You're gonna need a good pair of scissors, some stretchy elastic, a hot glue gun, and glue sticks, some straight pins, and a sewing needle. And for our fabrics, we're gonna need some pink tulle, some fabulous fashion fabric for your beautiful frock, and lastly, an organza petticoat. I purchased this petticoat ahead of time online. You could make it yourself, but that takes a long time, and you need a special foot in order to make these kind of ruffles. And if you're wondering where I purchased this petticoat, I'll link it down below so you can follow along at home. And the point of this tutorial is to teach you how to take basic pieces and create brand new things with them by repurposing them. It teaches you to use your noggin and your creativity, which is always good in drag. Hi everyone, we're gonna start by taking a bathing suit that fits you perfectly and lay that flat down on the folded fabric. And taking some straight pins, we're gonna pin down the fabric to keep it from opening up when we start to cut it. And the fabric is folded a long way because I wanna make a gown. The size may vary depending on how tall you are. If you're taller, you may need to use a longer cut of fabric. Taking a pen or fabric marker, we're going to trace along the side of the bathing suit and create a dress form with this. And it's as easy as this. All you do when you're making a gown is extend the pattern longer when you're tracing it out, giving yourself some room for your legs. This is the perfect dress when you're going to tell somebody, I'm not going. And putting that on a zigzag stitch, I'm going to feed that through the machine. The tension doesn't have to be too tight. I have it on about a 3 or a 4. Be sure to remove the pins as you go. This part is super easy. All you're doing is doing 2 seams on each side. This dress is 60s inspired, especially by Diana Ross and the Supremes. Those beautiful girl group gowns they wore on shows like Dick Clark. Now it's time to install the elastic. We're going to wrap the elastic around our bust line and cut it just an inch longer than our natural bust. This part is optional. You could finish it off with just straps, but I like my dresses to be more tight-fitted. This just guarantees it cinches in skin tight. And taking our pre-made petticoat, I've removed the zipper, and now I'm going to remove the remaining elastic from the top of it. This will make the edge cleaner and easier to sew on, and it won't create any added bulk when you have to attach the petticoat to the dress. Now to finish off the side of the petticoat, I pin that together. I'm just going to sew a seam up that and remove the pins as I go. And taking the bottom of the sequin gown, I'm just going to finish that off with a simple seam. Deciding what's going to be the front portion of the gown, I gathered some fabric there. That's going to create the bust line, and then just use a safety pin to keep that intact. I place my actual drag breasts inside the cups of this, so I get a good feel of how much tulle I want to use, and I put the fabric over it. Because if you use too little, it's going to be too tight along your bust line. Taking some needle and thread, I'm just going to sew that together and create some permanent gathered bust darts there. It'll add more shape to the area of the breast line. And taking some matching tulle, I'm going to put that on a fold and gather it on the bust line to create a finished look for the bust line. So it's not just a plain area. It'll be more decorative this way. Just pinch the center of that gathered tulle and sew it up. Then fold down the sides and sew it down to the bust line. And that'll create a finished bust line, a sweetheart line for your dress. Remove the safety pin and then attach it to your dress. I like to think of this dress as a cross between Diana Ross and the Supremes and Phyllis Diller. Basically, you want to look like you just got kicked out of Destiny's Child. Okay, we're going to pin the petticoat down to the dress. Once the petticoat is pinned down, take a moment and try the dress on. See how it fits. The petticoat should begin right above your kneecap and go all the way down to the floor, covering your heels. Be sure and do some test walking in it. If the petticoat's too long, you'll trip over it and you may have to extend it or shorten it to your liking. To attach the petticoat to the dress, it's super simple. We're going to use a hot glue gun and do a seam of hot glue along the edge of the top of the petticoat and attach it down to the dress. And be sure to remove the pins as you go. You don't want to hot glue pins into it. Otherwise, they may stab you when you walk, and it will be very painful. I guarantee you won't enjoy that. And look at that! It's a dress so cute, Mary Wilson will sue you for copyright infringement. Once that's attached, you're done. You now have a beautiful Diana Ross and the Supremes dress. You now look like one of the dream girls. You're welcome. And this is the final result. A fabulous evening gown, perfect for any happening. It'll keep any man hanging on. Baby, love that dress. Okay, I'm done. Use a petticoat to make it fuller on the bottom, or dress it up with a stole. You're welcome. Welcome back. Wasn't that fun? This is a very simple, easy dress to make with materials you can find around the house, which is a little bit of sequin fabric, some ruffles, and some creativity. You can have a beautiful dress like one of the Supremes. Oh, and if you like this beautiful stole that just screams glamour, you can click my video down below where I teach you how to make one. Now, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below and let me know what you want to see next. I am listening. And also a big thank you to my supporters on Patreon. I couldn't do any of this without any of you. And until next time, bye. Thank you to all my Patreon supporters. And if you want to become a patron, go to patreon.com/JaymeSmansfield. Click here and see me do my entire face in Kat Von D products. Or see me make a stole. Come on, click it. You know you want to. If you don't click it, I'll tell your dad you stole $20. Click it!